It's Cecilia here with another Transgirl C, where we talk about comics, cartoons, and other awesome nerd shit. Last time I said that we would be talking about the Runaways, and this time we are indeed talking about the Runaways. Now, I have been having just a little trouble making this video because there's not only the comic coming out next month that's a continuation of the story, there's also a TV series coming out on Hulu that's probably going to be the first major story of that particular comic for the first season. So I've been like, oh, what do I conclude? Do I just talk about the characters and their abilities? You know, what all can I say? But really, this video is to get you caught up for the comic that's coming out, and so that means I'm going to be glossing over like a lot of story points and spoiling a lot of things. So if you're only interested in the TV show, you haven't read the comic, this probably isn't the video for you if you care about spoilers. If you don't care about spoilers, or you're just trying to get caught up so that you can read the comic that I suggested to you, first of all, thank you for taking my suggestion. Second of all, this is, enjoy what this is going to be, whatever this is going to be. So let's get into it right away. So, in 2003, Marvel had a comic initiative called the Marvel Tsunami, where they released 9 titles. Venom, Mystique, Emma Frost, some kind of young Namor comic, which was weird. The Human Torch got his own comic, New Mutants, which was actually pretty excellent. Sentinel Salvage, where some of those characters were later adapted into the Avengers Academy comic, which was also kind of good. Kind of. The Runaways also made an appearance in that comic too, so give that what it is. Yep. But last but not least, The Runaways was the other title to come out of the Marvel Tsunami Initiative. It focused on 6 teenagers, 5 teenagers, 1 preteen, Alex Wilder, Nico Monroe, Chase Stein, Gertrude Yorks, Carolina Dean, and then Molly Hayes, and it focused on their story and how they ran away. They start off as privileged kids living in California with rich parents who are philanthropists, humanitarian services, etc., blah, 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 actors, so on and so forth, and etc., etc., and mass. Anyhow, but everything gets turned upside down when they discover that their parents are actually an evil organization called the Pride, and they witness them murder a prostitute in a magical ritual for some elder gods. It's kind of jarring for them. Their life was one thing and now it's this other thing. And so the 5 older ones get together and they're like, what are we going to do? And they together decide, well, we're going to go to the authorities because we're good people, and even though these are our parents, they just murdered a girl, and they've been apparently doing this for a while now, and we can't, and they're crime lords, we can't, abide by this, can we? That's not good. So they're like, okay, cool. Well, we need to get, more evidence to prove that they're evil, because it can't just be our word against their word. They're adults, we're teenagers, that's just not going to work out for the cops. So they're like, okay, so we'll run away, we'll gather information. So what do we do about Molly? Molly's the younger one. They're like, we take her too because it can be dangerous to just leave her in the hands of these evil people. So they do take her, but not before going through their individual homes and discovering things about themselves, like how Caroline is an alien from the planet Magistine. Gertrude's parents are time travelers, and they've gifted her a telepathic raptor. It's telepathic in that she can control it, and she feels its pain, and it feels her pain. Nico absorbs what is called the Staff of One from her mother. It's a staff that can cast any spell. It's really powerful, but it can only do it once. So, if you change out the words and speak a different language, then it will cast it again. But basically, it's like a tally mark system here. You use it, it's gone. Chase steals some really cool, nifty gauntlets because his parents are genius scientist type people, like Tony Stark, for example. Not Tony Stark, but evil, like toy maker Tony Stark. There you go. Molly, her and her parents are mutants. Her parents are telepaths. She has super strength, which is kind of like a weird branch for that family tree. So they gather up information. They call the cops like, oh no, our parents are evil. The cops are like, oh, yeah, totally, we believe you. Of course, the cops are in the Pride's pockets. Like, the Pride being the parents. I probably should have mentioned that before. Probably did. Just totally all turned around. And so nothing gets followed up on at all. And so they confront their parents at the end like, hey, if nobody's going to do this, we've got to take them down. We've got to stop them. You know, meanwhile, one of them is a mole. It's Alex. Alex is the mole. He's leaving notes for them, for the parents, like, hey, I still believe in you. You know, I'm the mole. He doesn't tell them who he is, you know, and everybody's like, oh, I bet my kid's the mole. No, my kid's the mole, you know. Yeah. No, it's Alex. He tries to betray his team for their parents, and it goes terribly wrong, and he dies. The elder gods that their parents were killing prostitutes for kill him. And then their parents are like, get out of here. We'll, you know, stop this, keep them at bay. And so that's how their parents die. That's how that first story ends. Everybody loses. They lose their parents, their friend betrayed them, and they all have to go to foster homes, which they run away from. Captain America put them there, but he couldn't make them stay. So they're running around Los Angeles, and a future Gertrude appears and is like, hey, you gotta stop this guy, he's gonna kill everybody, you gotta stop him, and then she dies. It's really weird. Apparently she was leading the Avengers. Like, time travel is weird in Marvel in that everything is one possible future or not one possible future. It's weird. Anyway, because of this, they pick up a new member who they assume is going to be like this super evil dude. Turns out he is the son of Ultron. His name is Victor Mendez. I think. And he joins the team. Of course, as we know, or as you might not know, he dies later. Not in the Runaways. He dies in the Vision comics, killed by Vision's wife herself, because he becomes like an android eater. It's totally weird. So don't expect him in the new comic. Later in the story, they time travel again. They pick up another runaway. Her name is Clara. She has the last name. I just can't think of it right now. She can control plants. She's also a mutant. And there is no word whatsoever about her being in the new comic, if she will be in the new comic. We have no idea what happened to her. Like, when the Runaways ended, it just ended. Like, it ended in 2009. And that was kind of the end of the story. Oh, I forgot to mention Xavier, who's probably also not going to be in the comic. They, or Carolina's fiancé, they're a super Skrull. They're supposed to be betrothed to each other. Stuff happened. Lots of stuff. The Skrulls destroyed Magistine. The Magistinians blame Carolina's parents, but since her parents are dead, she has to take the blame. Xander, being a super Skrull, can transform and to look like however they want, and takes Carolina's place, and that's the last we see of Xavier. Last we knew, Caroline Dean was dating Julie Powers of the defunct Power Pack. She is also in Avengers Academy, which is, check it out. It's weird. Really weird. Hazmat's my favorite. Anyway, and that's basically all the major arcs. After that, there was, of course, Avengers Academy for a cameo. Then Avengers Arena, where Chase and Nico were abducted by Arcade and put in a murder world, by Arcade to fight other teenagers because Hunger Games, I don't know. Battle Royale. Went badly, really badly. After that, you had Avengers Undercover, where the survivors of that murder world, Nico, Chase, Hazmat from Avengers Academy, several people were in it. It was a wild ride. We don't really need to talk about that. Like, things happened. Like, everybody thought Hazmat killed Arcade, and then they were outlaws because they killed the bad guy who tortured them. Like, who doesn't understand that shit? Like, if somebody tortured me and I killed them, I would hope that somebody would be understanding and lenient of the fact that I killed them for the psychological damage that they inflicted on me. I mean, you never know. I will hopefully never be in that situation to have to make that call. After that, all those stories just kind of came to an abrupt halt. Nico later reappeared in A-Force during the Secret Wars thing that Marvel did when they mashed all their universes together. And then again in A-Force after the mashing. She was on a team with Captain Marvel, She-Hulk, Medusa, Dazzler. It was a great book. It had 10 issues, which I'm really sad about. And that's it! You're caught up. That's all the stuff that happened. We don't know if Zaven will make a reappearance. We know that Victor won't, because Victor's dead. We don't know if Clara's going to be in it, but we do know that the main 6 characters are going to be in it. It's going to start off with them trying to revive Gertrude, who died. I totally didn't mention that part. Alex's dad kills her. It's weird. Like, Alex's gaming group online buddies used dark magic to try to revive Alex instead of revive his dad, because Alex sold his soul to the devil, a devil, demons, so he wouldn't go to hell. It's like, it's all explained in Avengers Arena, like what happens with Alex. I'm sorry, in Avengers Undercover. Totally weird. Yeah. Yeah! So they're gonna try to revive Gertrude. Or at least that's what Chase, he shows up out of nowhere at Nico's apartment with Gertrude in his arms. She's dying, or is dead, or that's the point. They're gonna try to revive her. And I have no idea where the story's going for there, because that's the first issue. So now you're caught up. Now you know what happened, kind of what's going to happen. You have a very rough outline. I would suggest that you check out something like Comixology or, Marvel Unlimited, their service, because it has all these issues where you can also read up on it really quick. It takes about a day, really. Take a free day, a couple hours, and just go nuts. Read comics. Read comics. That's my mission. Is to help you check out stuff. So, you definitely go read all this for yourself, because I just gave you the broad strokes. But you do basically have enough information now to jump right into it. Shit happened. And now we're going to see the results of all that shit happening. And it's going to be neat, and I'm excited. Super excited. So that's that. That's Runaways. Did this video. Go me. Next time, we're going to talk about the new DuckTales. Totally going to talk about the new DuckTales. And the time after that, we're going to talk about OKKO, Let's Be Heroes. That's why we're going to bring some cartoons into this comics and cartoon show. I'm severely lacking. Anyway, I'm Fire Princess Lily. This has been Transgirl C. Until next time, enjoy comics, enjoy cartoons, and I'll see you in the next video.